All right. Well, Chief Chapaquita, we got him on our show too here.
Expert.
Expert fade. Thank you. Hey, folks, thanks for joining us. We are live on X, Facebook, and YouTube with the StewKast. This is episode 16. We had some news that broke last night, somewhat wrestling related. We'll talk about that, and we're going to talk about Dave Meltzer still being a jerk. and then we talk a little bit Monday Night Raw.
Things haven't
SmackDown.
changed.
Yeah, no, they haven't. A little Monday Night Raw and SmackDown, but we also got to talk about that debacle of a fight that was Friday night. Ooh. First, foremost, I'm Lou Marconi at lmarconi251 on Instagram, at lmarconi1973 on X. My friend, co-host, hetero partner, Corey Castle at Corey Castle everywhere, and he is that direction. So I'm pointing to him if you're listening on Spotify. Hey, check us out. This is the StewKast Wrestling Podcast, Pro Wrestling Podcast, I should say that. And we are on the Combat Zone Network, which is a subsidiary of the Fans First Sports Network. Do not forget, in the details of the show, check out our Hemisphere Coffee Roasters, our sponsor, Hemisphere Coffee Roasters. Order up some good coffee. Looks like we already got a comment, Corey. Oh yeah, check it out. Hey, wrestling fans. Posh, she's a fan of the Burning River Browns talk. She's been on Breezy. Hey, Posh, thank you very much. She's a sweetheart. She's a Browns fan. She lives out in St. Louis, Missouri. Hey, good to see you, Posh. Thank you. All right, so we could talk about Hemisphere Coffee Roasters, all that other good stuff. You know, let's get this out of the way since we're doing it right now. Let's go ahead and pause for a break for our other sponsors now. All right, we're back. All right, how about them sponsors?
Hey, and we're back.
All right. So Linda McMahon was nominated by President-elect Trump to be the Secretary of Education. Go ahead, Corey. What do you think?
I think it's going to be good. Hopefully, it's going to be. She's got the intellect for it. She's got the temperament for it. I think she'll nail it. I like Linda McMahon. I always have. I don't have a reason to dislike Linda McMahon.
Have you ever met her?
I've never met her. No.
Briefly, it wasn't really even a meeting. It was a hello. I don't even think we shook hands. We nodded, said hi. That was it. She was there in the area. I saw her. We acknowledged each other, and that was about it. I mean, I talked to Shane more than her, and I talked to Vince more than her. So, never even talked to Stephanie. She was there, but I never even talked to her when I was there. So, not a big deal, dude. But no, I think it's a great pick. I think Trump's doing his thing, and this isn't a political show. We're not talking political. I just think Trump, he actually has done business with the McMahons, so he knows her very well, and he obviously trusts her in that position. So I hope she kills it. I hope she does a good job.
Once again, talking about how it's not a political show.
No, it's not. No.
The fact that she didn't stick with her last job she had with the Trump administration all the way through.
What was that exactly? I can't remember.
It was the Secretary of Small Business or something like that.
That's right.
She didn't stick with it all the way through. I hope she doesn't abandon this job like she abandoned that one. If that's what happened, I don't know the full story. I'm not somebody who keeps up with news like that.
Yeah. No, I saw it on Truth Social, and I said we got to talk about this tomorrow. We got something else to talk about. So, but it's cool. No, I think it's great, and I just hope she does well. And actually on Gutfeld last night, I don't know if you saw it or not. Glenn Jacobs was on.
No.
Yeah, Kane. He's the mayor of, I want to say, Knoxville County, Tennessee.
Knox County, yeah.
Knox County, Tennessee. So good for him. He was on. He did pretty good. He was funny. So I watched.
I will see Gutfeld being up on the screen at the gym a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I've never watched it. And sometimes at the bar too. It'll be up on the screen.
Yeah.
I've never watched it, but I always think it's cool that dude's always on it. Somebody call my mama guy.
Wait, Tyrus?
Yeah.
Yeah, Tyrus. Yeah, yeah. He's been a part. I think
It's
he
cool
works
that
for
he's on
Fox.
there all the
Yeah,
time. It's like
yeah,
one of the boys. I love it. I love it.
yeah. It's cool. That's cool. It's cool to see that. It's nice to see that. And well, let's go ahead and switch gears now. You want to talk about? Let's kind of get people up to speed. And when we're talking about Dave Meltzer still being a jerk. Um, all right, Dutch Mantel. If anybody you're not familiar, he has a podcast with James. I forget what is it called again? Storytime.
Story time with Dutch.
With storytime with that, and he has a lot of stories. I mean, long time
Mhm,
guy in the business. You're talking
mhm.
50 years easily, with the
When we talk about
mustache.
Dutch, I gotta twist my
Yeah,
mustache.
Dutch Mantel, and he's a guy I met a few times when I was at WWF in the mid '90s. He is a great dude.
He's the guy who named Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yep, he was also the guy that told Steve Austin in Memphis, "So what you need to do is sit down and watch the matches," and he
Mhm.
did. He got a seat and he listened to him, and he listened. And he became so. Anyway, he had some health problems. Him and his wife did, and Dutch Mantel's daughter set up a GoFundMe,
Mhm.
and it raised like $64,000, which is amazing. That's
I think
awesome.
that was the goal, and I think they exceeded the goal like by a
Yeah,
lot.
yeah. So
So I don't know the exact number, but I think it was somewhere in the
yeah,
80s or the 70s or something. But
and
they definitely exceeded the goal like
two
quickly.
people two people donated to it that surprised Dave Meltzer, which was Chris Jericho at AEW and Tony Khan, the owner of AEW. They each contributed 5 grand a piece. I think something about that, or they gave some money, which is great, fantastic. Well, Dave Meltzer, from my understanding, was wrote about it because he was surprised because Dutch has been critical of AEW, but he hasn't been critical of specifically Jericho or Tony Khan as people. He was critical of the product that AEW was producing.
Right. You have a podcast where you review wrestling and you talk about wrestlers and you talk about scenarios from your expertise, being somebody who's
Right.
on the level that, like, if he has something to say about it, people who are listening are going to be paying greater attention to it because this is somebody who's an authority on this particular subject.
Absolutely.
The
Absolutely.
same,
He's a very, very good authority
right?
on the
Yeah,
subject. Yeah, go
right.
ahead.
I was, I mean, I I'm just saying, like the same, like if you want to listen to a sports talk radio, you'd rather listen to somebody who's like won a Super Bowl than somebody who's never been to a game.
Or somebody that's never, never done it or never
Right?
done
Yeah.
anything
Yeah.
athletic in their lives. And yet
Right.
that's I always find that amusing about certain people that criticize the wrestling business that never
Mhm.
did it. Dutch
Right.
did it. Dutch did
Mhm.
it. So
Right.
he's an
Mhm.
authority on it. Like Jim Cornette has wore many hats
Mhm.
in the business, including he had his own company at one time. So he
Right.
understands it. Dave Meltzer never did anything like that.
Right.
One of the best criticisms I heard of Dave Meltzer was Bruce Pritchard saying, I would love for him to use his own money and try to run a company and try to manage all these wrestlers and personalities and have to deal with what these people have to deal with to put on a show.
Mhm.
But yet he's going to write his stuff. And a lot of times WWE would feed him stuff that was complete BS and he'd print it and completely blow up his credibility. Just some stupid stuff. I can't remember exactly what it was, but
Decoys.
decoys, whatever. I mean,
Mhm.
there's something about some show being at the Tokyo Dome, which was ridiculous.
Mhm.
Just some things like that. So um, Dave Meltzer got a lot of criticism for just being a jerk about it. When all he
Mhm.
had to do was just say, "Hey, they gave to it. Good for them." He could have just said that. He could have
Mhm.
just said, "Hey," because really, Dutch Mantel said it, and we've said it. It shows their humanity. We're all human beings. We might not agree on everything, but look, Dutch Mantel is a good guy, but Meltzer, I guess, refuses to apologize for it now. At least refuses to admit that he was wrong. So it's like even Bischoff came out and criticized him, saying, "Dude, what are you doing?" Yeah,
He lives in his own world, man. He doesn't feel like he needs to answer to anybody. And if you've ever heard any of the clips, because I don't watch his show, I don't pay attention to what he does, except for like if somebody plays clips on something else I'm listening to. The
hmm
way he bends over backwards to suck the butthole of Tony Khan, it's ridiculous. Like there's definitely something in it for him. Like
yeah,
he's invested in some way. meaning like either he gets paid by Tony Khan to like try to prop him up all the time, or like he's already so doubled down on his reputation of putting over AEW that
Yeah,
he's just gotta keep on sucking the butt.
sucking that butt.
Sucking the butt.
Yeah, I don't know what his deal is. He's like he's also a big fanboy for the Young Bucks too.
Yeah, it's really very weird.
It's
Very weird.
disturbing. It's really it's like
It has real pedophilia vibes to it.
well, the Young Bucks are in their 30s now,
No, but
so
I'm saying like the way he does the like it's like a. Did you ever see the footage of him like freaking out when he saw them, like fangirling over them
yeah, you
and
told me
Kenny
about it.
Omega?
Yeah.
Uh, it gave like a weird, like creep sort of vibe. Like uh, there, I don't want to like mention too many details about this, but there was this guy who was like, he was like my uncle's friend, and he was my uncle's friend my whole life. He's currently in jail for like tons of pizza files things,
Hmm.
having a bunch of files and having a bunch of people make complaints about him and allegations and
Hmm.
stuff they found. And
Hmm.
I get the same vibes from Dave Meltzer, the same creep vibe of like this guy. This guy definitely
Well,
has.
okay.
Search this guy's computer. Look for whatever else might be in this guy's devices because
All right, we're
something's
not
up.
accusing anything. We're not accusing anything, but okay.
Well, I mean, even if I was, what would happen? We're gonna you're gonna
Yeah.
sue me?
Nothing. Yeah. Yeah. Whatever.
Uh,
You
uh,
said it. I didn't. All right. I'd not be honest with you. I just said, look, man, Meltzer, just quit being a jerk. Admit when you're wrong. Just to quit being a jerk. Oh, Trump at sports events should be the next calendar. He is so happy. I want my BF to smile at me the way he smiles at the event like UFC. Yeah, he was at that UFC. Was it 309? That was cool. Speaking of fighting, good segue, Posh. Posh? Let me know if you watched the Paul Tyson fight on Friday night. We were going to talk about that. Ooh, oh,
what a waste.
that was a waste of time. The,
What a
the
waste.
undercard fights were better. That one with the two women was a good fight, and I thought the Puerto Rican girl won personally. But
I didn't watch much else besides like because we were at the movie premiere that that you and I talked about earlier. So we were at that event. So we went, like I said, we went to that diner from that Silver Linings Playbook movie. We
mhm,
went to that diner after the movie, and we
mhm.
watched the Tyson and Logan and Jake
Was it?
Paul
Did
match.
it kept buffering? Did it kept buffering there?
Yeah, yeah, it sucked.
Yeah, we were
Watched it on the phone.
for a little bit. I thought there's like 60 million people watching. They didn't have the servers to keep up with it. For a little while, I thought there was a problem with my internet. I'm like, you kidding me? But then when I went on X, I could see all the posts. Everybody was saying that a lawsuit in Florida versus Netflix. Oh, okay. I don't know about that. Yeah, yeah. I don't know. I don't know. But it looks like I mean, it was just it kept buffering, kept having problems with it, and I don't know. I don't know. It was just bad. And it looked like a fight like
It looked like Tyson was like, no, no, no. I could, you know what? I could hurt him real bad right here, but I won't.
yeah. I think there was a gentleman's agreement not to embarrass him. I think Tyson could have killed him if he wanted to. If he
And like,
wanted to.
what was the deal with him? Keep biting his gloves.
He's just like, just I'm getting $20 million. I'm getting $20 million.
Just
That's why.
shut up and take the money.
Just shut up and take the money. I'm just gonna get $20 million. It's ludicrous. It's ludicrous. That's what it is. And he kept biting himself. It's
I've watched a couple of videos on YouTube already talking
shoot.
about
Yeah.
the how fake it was.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just It's disturbing. I mean, and I guess decided. I don't know if you saw it earlier. Sherry messaged me because we did our show, and then she had it on, and I guess like Mike Tyson was just wearing like a jock strap when he did an interview. He turns
Oh,
around and
his
walks away,
butt.
and his butt was he
Right.
basically showed 60 million people his ass. Look at my 58-year-old
Right
ass.
after he kissed a guy.
Yeah, I kissed him first, and then I threw them my ass. That's what I did.
I kissed a man.
And I liked it. Yeah,
Yeah, I was getting lots of my group chats were blowing up over that. I wasn't watching it
oh,
at that time,
I
but
just
I
oh
saw
the
lots
internet. God bless the internet. Sometimes you just see like the moon over Miami, and it's like Mike Tyson's butt.
of
It's a good thing I remember the wipe first.
the dawn
God,
of a new bidet.
dawn of a new bidet. Absolutely. Oh no. What did Posh do? I try not to believe in Illuminati rituals, and then stuff like that happens. What the butt? What Tyson's
Well,
butt?
because the Illuminati rituals are usually public embarrassment,
Is that
and
what it is?
that sort of thing could have.
Oh,
I mean,
I
he
I get
and
emails from those.
nudity. Like they said that's what happened when John Cena came out naked at the Grammys or the Oscars or wherever. Like it was part of his like Illuminati public humiliation.
Oh, geez. Oh, okay. So yes, okay. Hmm. I guess John Cena is a member of the Illuminati.
Hmm.
Hmm. I don't know.
Illuminati by nature.
Yes. I get those emails all the time. I'm just like, yeah, whatever, dude. Do you want millions of dollars and to be famous? Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Sure.
Sure. Just for no reason, you're just going to give
Well,
it to me.
you know what? I'm playing the long game on the rich and famous thing.
Yeah. So am I. Yeah, we're working on it right now. We're working on it. All right, cool. So yeah, so it looks like speaking of rich and famous, I saw the best meme I saw from it was Tyson. Like I guess there was a Babylon Bee headline saying that Kamala Harris agrees to fight Tyson for 20 million to pay off her campaign debt or something. It's like,
But
oh geez, get her to
it
stop.
was hers was like billions, wasn't it? Wasn't it?
Well, she had $1 billion, I guess, in campaign money, but after all of it's said and done, she was 20 million in debt. She burned through it all in 3 months. I'm like, how do you burn through $1 billion in 3 months? I'm sorry,
Yeah,
that's more
turning
political.
political.
I didn't mean to do that, but that's kind of like that was the joke, but it ties into the fight, and she's gonna have to fight. He's like, oh please stop her from cackling.
It ties into the fight.
Tyson to the fight. Tyson to the fight. Perfect. Oh man, we'll just go into it now. So now with that, we could talk some more wrestling. What checked out Raw and checked out SmackDown. Survivor Series is 10 days from now. Is that correct? Is that the 30th?
November 30th. Yeah.
Yeah. So today's the 20th. So yeah, so we got
Yeah.
Survivor Series, and it looks like I see I like what they're trying to build up to. I like the whole the new
The
bloodline, old
bloodline.
bloodline,
The
the
Yeah.
bloodline stuff. Yeah, I
I
like
haven't
that.
watched Raw yet, but I just watched SmackDown from this
Mhm,
past week
mhm.
yesterday. Um,
I want to point something out, but go ahead. It has to do with Nia Jax, and I know you'll like this, but go ahead.
man, I'll get into what I was thinking during Nia Jax's thing. But I want to say big shout out to Corey Graves for
Yeah.
making a Wayne's World reference in the commentary because they were in Milwaukee, and he was like, "That's Algonquin for the good land."
Yes. When talking to
Does this
Alice
guy know how to party or what?
Cooper. We're not worthy. We're not worthy.
I
It's
love a good
awesome.
Wayne's World reference.
Oh my goodness. How did we do this? How did we get here? All right. No, the Nia Jax thing. Do you notice when her finishes, she does that Yokozuna sit down,
Yeah.
whatever that's, but her feet are under the ropes when she covers.
Mhm.
They still count. I'm like,
Right.
dude, tell
Because
her to
they're
put her.
paying because the referees are paying attention to the shoulders and not the feet.
Yeah, well, I would say if I was a
The
road agent,
referee.
I would tell her. I said, look, your feet are under the ropes, just to make it look more legit. Like kind of like bring your legs in and put your knees up, so that way, you know, maybe
maybe
Think
the
it looks legit.
referees are thinking the same thing we're thinking. I just want to get through this. Fast forward.
Get through a Nia Jax match. What do you need? Fast forward button. There you go.
I was saying the gear she was wearing on Friday looked like she was the Kool-Aid man.
Yeah. I was waiting for that reference from you. I was watching it. I'm going, Corey's going to say
a big
this.
pitcher of Kool-Aid.
Pretty nice. God. Oh, LA Knight. I loved his match.
Uh-huh.
That was good. I liked his. Trying to think. I'm just going to skip over to
the promo that he did before was great.
Yeah.
That was great. When he was like, I'll beat you like your daddy, but only your girl can call me daddy.
That's good.
That was good.
Plus, Cody Rhodes did a great promo too. But he doesn't do the promos like his daddy did them.
Do you think that they're going to eventually, because they're acknowledging that Nick Aldis is a wrestler? Do you think eventually he's going to be able to have a match? Like they're going to set something up where he'll have a match? I don't know if he
wants to work. I have no indication. I never heard any indication that he wants to work again.
Because Cody was like, I know what's under that suit.
Former NWA World Champion. Yeah. I don't know. He might. I mean, they might be building to it, but I liked how they do slow builds now versus trying to do everything at once. And I saw that Rhea Ripley came back. She's got the orbital bone thing.
I totally didn't see that.
You did. That was on Raw. Yeah. So was the tag team. They were the Viking Raiders. What are they called now?
The War Raiders.
There's the War Raiders. Yeah. They went over and then the tag champs jumped them. So they're going to lead into a tag team championship match. So hopefully, and I did text Ray. I just asked him, like, I didn't hear back from him. I didn't expect to just say, hey, how's his wife's due this month? I know with her second. And I also said, hey, how's your neck holding up now that you're in the ring working again? So I hope he's doing well. But yeah, okay. So that pretty much, I like the direction WWE is going and just what they're going to do. So next week we'll do Raw and SmackDown. If any other wrestling news comes up, like if Dave Meltzer continues to make an ass out of himself, we'll talk about it.
Well, we might have an update on him suing me for making accusations at him for being a
pedophile, a pizza file. Yeah, we're on YouTube, dude. You got to be careful.
You said it. You just said that.
I just said it. Yeah, I just said it. So I could be in trouble, but it's all right. So I'm going to say this, we're going to go ahead and wrap up the show. Thank all of you for joining us. Check out the show. It's going to be on Spotify. We're a Combat Zone on the Combat Zone Network, a subsidiary of the Fans First Sports Network. This is the StewKast. Corey has Evolving with Corey Castle. Check that out. We have the Sunday Stew Pod on Rumble. Check that out. I'm also with the Fans First Sports Network and the Burning River Browns Talk and the Fanatical Elves. Check out all that content. Guys, thank you for joining us. We appreciate it. Corey, anything else you want to add before we roll?
Nothing that I can think of right now. I bet you there's 100 things that I'll think of right after we're done. But at the moment, I can't think of anything more. Just telling people, make sure you like and subscribe, interact with us.
Please.
If you got any questions or anything, leave them in the comments. Just subscribe, follow us on Spotify. Absolutely. Check out all the sponsors, man. Really make it make it that we're giving this show to you for free forever. Like it's really it's your free lunch. The only call to action is check out those sponsors and maybe interact with us a little bit. Your attention and your effort is a very appreciated currency.
It is. We do appreciate your currency. Hey, have a great week, everybody. We'll see you next Wednesday. The day before Thanksgiving, we will be on. See ya. Let me hit the music before I end the show.